Hi guys, Dave from Firearms-uk here, and today's video is going to be some feedback on the 22 rimfire ammunition that I was using to, I was testing for my Smith and Wesson 15-22. I know I promised some footage of me zeroing in my full bore rifles, but unfortunately when I went out to do it, the weather just completely turned. It was already quite windy, and it just got worse, so I had to call it a day. Obviously I'd rather do it in better conditions, especially with all a fair bit of expensive equipment lying around. So I did manage to test a few different brands of 22 ammunition, and it was quite interesting because some people did recommend certain brands to me, and unfortunately they didn't work for me, and there was, I think, other brands that people said, oh, doesn't work for them, but it worked fairly well for me. So I don't know if it's perhaps because my rifle's still quite new, maybe everything's just tight, and obviously springs and mechanisms are all still, they just maybe need to get a little bit more bedded in. So that's always something to look out for. But I'll talk about what I did manage to test and just how it worked for me. I was shooting at 50 yards from a prone position, but unfortunately the weather was just, it was quite windy, so my grouping wasn't great. I think you maybe talking about 2 inches, 3 inches perhaps. The target was a bit wet by the time we went to get it. But so I'll just, as I say, I'll run through the ammunition. Hopefully you can also give me some feedback about what works for you, and yeah, just any general information, and we can have a little discussion about it. So I found the 2 of them really worked quite well for me, or very well, in the sense that I never got any misfires or jams or anything like that. And that one of them was the Federal Ammunition American Eagle brand. Now it's 40 grain high velocity ammunition, and yep, every time it worked. Obviously being high velocity, you could hear a bit of a crack of the round compared to subsonic ammunition, where you basically just hear the mechanism of the firearm. But yeah, it was very reliable, and again the grouping was about 2 inches or thereabouts, so perhaps in better weather at maybe a bit closer range it would work better. And obviously I still need to find, just get used to it myself. But yeah, I found the American Eagle to be very good, and I would certainly recommend it. Moving on, the next is equally successful, was the CCI segmented subsonic hollow point, which is 40 grain and goes at a velocity of 1050 feet per second. Again, no issues with this ammunition, it's cycled every time, and yep, very silent in the firearm. So the grouping again within that 2 to 3 inches, which I suppose is okay considering the weather. But yeah, I would like to test it some more, but this was one of the ones that was recommended to me, one of the brands, and yep, I would say yep, it was very good. I believe I've got some CCI 223 ammunition, which I want to test on my 223 rifle, obviously. So that'll be good. I mean, going by this, I'm quite looking forward to trying it out because it was really good. Moving on, next is the Winchester T22 brand, which fires a 40 grain bullet at 1085 feet per second. This was one I'm sure was recommended to me, but unfortunately it doesn't cycle in my rifle very well. I suppose unfortunately for me, I've got 2 boxes off it, and whereas in the Federal ammunition, it's the one I use the most because it's so reliable. I think I've went through 40 rounds of the Winchester, and that's the one I have tried to use more because I've got more of it. And yeah, it just, every maybe second round I'm getting a jam. It's just the cartridge is failing to eject properly, and I would say that's probably down to just not having enough oomph, if you like, to cycle the action. But as I say, the rifle's quite new, so it's perhaps just everything's really tight and solid and still needs a bit of time to bed in. I think this could be the cause. So hopefully with a bit more use, it'll hopefully work for me, because as I say, people did recommend it, and I don't know why it's not working for me. And the subsonic ammunition, I mean, obviously the CCI, you would expect problems with that. It's also 40 grain, and it's a slightly lower FPS, but again, no issues. But yeah, hopefully I will get to use it a bit more, and perhaps the problems will sort themselves out with a bit more use. The final brand I'm just going to quickly talk about is the Winchester subsonic. Now it's at 42 grain, and it goes at 10,065 feet per second. So again, it's a slightly heavier bullet, but it's a lower velocity than the T22. But this worked for me. I don't believe I had any issues with it at all so far. It cycles reliably, so I don't know if that's perhaps the slightly heavier bullet that's maybe doing that. But yeah, it works for me. I've got no issues at all. But interestingly, this is one that I'm sure other people said they had problems with. So, you know, I mean, there's so many variables, so it could be different ways of people lubricating their firearms, or maybe a different position where you're holding it, or even, as I say, I think it's just because the rifle's fairly new. But when you compare all the ammunition, you've got 40 grain and 40 grain subsonic, and a slight, well, not high velocity, but a slightly high velocity. This works, this doesn't. So I really don't know what the issue is there, but perhaps with a bit more testing, it's something we can narrow down. Anyway, guys, yeah, that's it. It's a short and sweet video this time. But hopefully you can just give me some feedback on the ammunition you use and how you successfully find it, because I really do think it's important that obviously as shooters we like to be accurate, but as someone that hunts and does pest control, the well-being of your quarry is always the ultimate priority, and you know, you always want to ensure a humane dispatch of any animal. So for me, that's why I think it is important to test ammunition and find out what works best for you and is consistent. So yeah, always looking for more information and feedback and recommendations. Hopefully we'll have a live video sort of Q&A session coming out quite soon. So, you know, you can perhaps ask us about Firearms-uk, what's happening. We can have some discussions, you know, raise some issues and have a bit of a chat. Hopefully I'll be doing that very soon. But and we'll be carrying on with the history of firearms legislation in the UK series just as soon as I get a bit more time. So yeah, guys, that's us for just now, and I'll catch you all very soon. Cheers.